Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for what we believe will be a really practical session on solving one of the biggest headaches in cloud today. We're going to give it another minute or so for folks to join. We still have some folks trickling in, and then we'll dive right into the content. All right, let's go ahead and get started. First and foremost, thank you for taking time out of your day to be here. We're committed to making the next 45 minutes or so incredibly worthwhile for you. Today's session marks another milestone in our strategic partnership with Microsoft. It's a partnership that's been committed to changing how enterprises approach network connectivity and security in Azure environments. This isn't our first collaboration. Aviatrix and Microsoft have been partnered for the last 8 years or so. And we've delivered many innovative solutions already, like our AI-driven Secure Edge for Microsoft Secure Service Edge. We launched that at Ignite in 2024, and our Cloud Firewall plugin for Microsoft Security Policy. But today's announcement represents another ecosystem enhancement. We'll be talking about practical AI that transforms one of the most critical yet still challenging aspects of enterprise operations, which is remote IPsec connectivity and security. What we're sharing today isn't just about that technology. It truly is about business transformation, and we're going to go through some of the details about that. My name is Brian Ashley, and I head up product marketing here at Aviatrix. With me today is Brian Woodworth, and so as not to confuse you, he also goes by Woody, so we don't have Brian squared here. But Woody is our Director of Technology Partnerships, and he has been instrumental in making this Microsoft integration a reality. Before we dive deep, I want to provide a quick 30-second intro to Aviatrix in case anyone is new to Aviatrix here. Aviatrix is a cloud-native security fabric that delivers a programmable, distributed system across all the major cloud providers. You can deploy it as either a self-managed solution where both the control and data plane live in your environment, or as a hybrid PaaS offering where we, Aviatrix, manage the control plane and your data plane still remains in your cloud environment and footprint. Our fabric uses APIs and the CSPs for native orchestration and delivers overlay software-defined networking and security that unlocks distributed processing for things like advanced networking and embedded security, advanced telemetry, visibility and troubleshooting, as well as automated infrastructure as code workflows through our multi-cloud Terraform provider. The system is proven at scale, supporting thousands of VNets and VPCs across multiple clouds. And we really aim to leverage practical AI in our platform. So it's not just a marketing ploy, but technology that can actually reduce toil in your day-to-day network. And this is one of the things that we're really going to be highlighting today. The bottom line is we're not just connecting your clouds, we're creating an intelligent fabric that scales with your needs, integrates with the Microsoft investments, and gives you capabilities that just simply don't exist with traditional approaches. So today we're going to talk about something that everyone uses, but is often viewed as a legacy solution, IPsec VPNs. IPsec dates back to the mid-90s. But despite decades of use, innovation in this technology has been fairly stagnant. They're the backbone of many enterprise digital operations, yet they represent one of the biggest operational and security risks. For a lot of organizations, every customer connection, partner integration, branch office, and even some multi-cloud deployments depend on VPN or IPsec connectivity that hasn't really fundamentally evolved in decades. What we have seen through some of our customers is that modern enterprises in cloud often need a little bit more. They use these connections and require advanced networking to solve overlapping IP or customized NAT solutions, enhanced security to do granular segmentation between those customers and partners, embed zero trust controls, those kind of things, as well as operational visibility. Whether that's looking at consumption-based billing, providing multi-cloud telemetry, troubleshooting dashboards. All of these things are critical, but often missing from native CSP tools. Now, these connections are super important, so when these connections fail, the impact is immediate and expensive. We've had a couple of our customers who have demonstrated an average of over $1 million of revenue loss per hour when these connections go down. There's potential security exposure depending upon the encryption algorithms that you're using. There's operational drain. Too often, some of our best engineers have to spend countless hours sort of firefighting these connections instead of working on what they should be working on, which is innovative and driving the business forward. And then, of course, there's compliance risk. Often we have poor visibility into these connections, which makes audits really, really difficult. The traditional approach of sort of reactive troubleshooting and manual intervention for IPsec simply doesn't scale in today's environment. You need intelligence built into the infrastructure itself, which is why the Aviatrix solution is, the Aviatrix and Microsoft solution is so interesting. The Aviatrix Secure Network Supervisor agent transforms everything. It's integrated with Microsoft Security Copilot, and it's now in private preview. And this isn't just a monitoring tool. It's a fundamental shift in how you operate these critical connections. The solution uses Microsoft AI to quickly identify when IPsec connectivity is experiencing problems across all phases of the connection, surface where those problems are occurring and why, and even take action to remediate those connections should you choose. The outcomes that we're able to achieve are improvements in things like operational excellence, that AI-driven diagnostics, can reduce mean time to resolutions from hours to minutes. That's the difference between a brief hiccup and something that impacts customers and revenue. Again, we can do automated detection of misconfiguration and alert for those vulnerable encryption algorithms in use, which means we're preventing potential breaches, not just responding to them. And then last but not least is resource optimization. Those senior engineers can stop being firefighters and get back to being architects. We can offload some of this to junior staff to handle complex troubleshooting with the help of AI guidance. Your team can become more valuable, not just busier. The integration with Microsoft Security Copilot means that this intelligence fits seamlessly into your existing workflows. It scales across your infrastructure and provides the audit trails and governance controls your enterprise or auditors need. Now, again, this is a practical AI solving real business problems today, and it's another example of what's possible when that network infrastructure becomes truly intelligent. Now, that's all well and good. It's easy for me to talk about, so let's examine how this actually works in practice. I'm going to hand this over to Woody, who will walk you through the technical details of the Secure Network Supervisor agent, so you can see the transformation from reactive firefighting to proactive AI-driven network operations. If you do have any questions, please put them in the chat. We do have one of our wonderful product managers on the line, Allison Wong, who is there to answer any questions you may have. Woody?
Hey, thanks, Brian. Okay, so what we have here is a series of screenshots that's going to show a sneak peek at what the future fully GA mature integration will look like. Today, you will interact with the agent through the Microsoft Security Copilot portal, where you can interact with it essentially globally at the bottom using the Microsoft Security Copilot main command prompt, or you can dive into the agent for local per connection troubleshooting and maintenance. But we expect this full product integration to arrive either late this year, 2025, or early 2026. And I have a roadmap slide, and we'll go through that. But what's really cool about this agent is that when it reaches GA, it's going to be part of a library or a pool of agents that you can enable in the product. And that would happen under administration and Aviatrix agents, so like an agentic dashboard, if you're familiar with Aviatrix Copilot. Aviatrix Copilot is our management center console for configuring and troubleshooting and operating the product, not to be confused with, of course, Microsoft Copilot. It's just a happy coincidence that the two happen to share the same name. So Aviatrix Copilot, again, is effectively the Aviatrix GUI. So you can see here in the screenshot that it's just a simple switch that you would toggle from off to on to enable the network supervisor and start using it. It's going to be interwoven into the product, which is really cool. So It will have different functions and capabilities depending upon where you are and what your workflow is and what you're trying to accomplish. So in this example, under networking and connectivity, we see that you can right-click essentially on the three dot menu or the ellipsis menu and choose to watch a connection with Network Supervisor once the agent is enabled. And that means that the Microsoft Security Copilot LLM, which is specifically designed to handle secure data and has specific compliance and guardrail structures around it, will begin absorbing and learning the data with that connection, which would include telemetry and logs and any other health data that the Aviatrix platform would gather. So in addition to monitoring connections, you can actually, of course, use this agent for auditing and troubleshooting. That would be under diagnostics, Aviatrix agents. You would open the network supervisor there, and then you're going to get, if the connection is being monitored, basically a timeline of all the different activities and signals that are happening on that site to cloud or VPN connection, along with AI recommendations about what to do if you encounter specific error codes or other kinds of failures or alerts. And you would have a timeline, of course, there to go back for auditing purposes to understand, who has been troubleshooting it, what were the actions that were taken, what were the outcomes, et cetera. So in terms of the roadmap, today it's in private preview. The way that we're helping customers get their hands on and around the agent today is to schedule one-on-one workshops where Microsoft, their Security Copilot team, will also attend. It will probably be myself and also Allison Wong. Our emails will be included at the end of this presentation for you to record and reach out to us. And what we do is we come in, we help make sure that your Security Copilot tenant is set up. That would be on the Microsoft side. Then we'll step you through configuring the agent, and we'll give you some hints and tricks on how to use it. Now remember, what we just saw was a snapshot of the future GA state of the agent. Today, it exists and you can use it and troubleshoot your site to cloud connections using natural language kind of behavior in the Security Copilot tool. So by fall, we'll be moving into public preview. And then again, early 2026, at the latest, we will have the GA status with full UX support. We are not charging for use of this agent during any of these preview phases. It is free to try. The Microsoft Security Copilot team will give you free credits during their preview phase for third-party agents. So you can kick tires on it, for a couple of weeks. There is differentiated billing, meaning that when we're in preview, it will be free. But if you are a committed Microsoft Security Copilot customer after you are out of their preview phase, they will meter based on your backend use there. So just know that if you are an Aviatrix customer today, the experience will be very similar, which is you will have an Aviatrix portion of your bill for what you consume in our platform, and then a cloud provider bill for what you consume under the hood in the cloud provider environment. Okay, so what we're going to do next is just look at a demo that Allison Wong has put together for us on basically the experience of deploying and using the agent today. We have that pre-recorded for you. So I'm going to click next, and in a few seconds, the demo will start.
Aviatrix is integrated with Microsoft Copilot agents, leveraging AI to address connection issues such as VPN or Aviatrix site-to-cloud problems. The Aviatrix troubleshooting agent uses AI-driven workflows to resolve complex connectivity issues effectively. Reducing VPN connectivity can lead to financial losses and higher operational costs. By utilizing AI through Microsoft Copilot framework, Aviatrix effectively identifies disrupted connections, minimizing customer downtime and reducing network impact. This partnership enables Aviatrix to embed intelligent AI workflow designs into our products, fostering innovation. It also enhances cross-product integration with Microsoft products and intelligence, providing AI-driven recommendations, enabling effective remediation, and automating tasks for improved efficiency. Let me show you our Aviatrix integration with Microsoft Security Copilot agents. Let's start by installing the plugins. Let's go to Sources at the bottom. Here you'll see we need to enable the agents portion here. You'll also want to make sure that you actually have our Aviatrix Security Copilot endpoints preview. And then from there, we'll actually add this as a Aviatrix site to cloud troubleshooting agent. You can click on Upload Plugin here and select Security Copilot Plugin, Custom YAML, or JSON. In this case, I will upload the file. It's in this case called site to cloud agent.yaml, and I'll go ahead and cancel this. Once that's uploaded, you'll see that the plugin is added. And let's go back just so I can show you and verify. As you can see, we have the Aviatrix Site to Cloud Troubleshooting agent installed. I also have another test one. And the nice thing about the agent capabilities is that we can continue to build on this framework and add additional agents for other capabilities and other workflows. So I'm really excited about the opportunity to continue to grow here. Let's go ahead and close out. From here, we can select which agent we want to use. So in this case, I want to use the Aviatrix troubleshooting agent, and I'm just going to select Run. At this point, I understand that for this agent, this is a troubleshooting agent that will find downed connections and automate the getting details around the connectivity and recommendations on what needs to be done to mitigate. Currently, this process to go through all of the detailed site to cloud troubleshooting steps takes about 2 minutes. We have added a number of steps that identify all potential issues with the connections, their current status, all details around that, such as VPC IDs, etc. So you have some contextual information around it, what kind of connection it is it a transit gateway? In this case, we're looking for site to cloud connections specifically that might be down, and then what specific troubleshooting steps need to be taken to mitigate that threat or those issues based on those details. In this case, we've been provided with the output around the site to cloud connection. Here are the steps and findings from the investigation, details around the gateway status, flight path tests from on-prem to cloud, security groups and routes, and if they're correctly configured. In this case, any IKE version issues, authentication types, encryption that's supported, connection log details as well. So based on this information, you have the ability to potentially reset this connection, but you are notified that it will interrupt traffic.
All right, cool. So since that video has been recorded, the Security Copilot team has been hard at work improving and modernizing their agent platform. So the user experience today is even more seamless. You don't have to download YAML files. You essentially just go to the sources button at the bottom of the screen. You choose third-party agents. You turn on Secure Network Supervisor. It's already, the YAML files and the background files are already in Security Copilot and are pre-installed. You then go to agents and click on the Secure Network Supervisor agent. You log in with your Microsoft credentials, and then you're off to the races. So it's really like 3 clicks. And remember, it has 2 modes. It has the global mode, which is what Ali was showing you, where the commands that you're running basically work against all of your site to cloud connections if you're wanting to get details across your platform. And then if you go into the agent, you get what we call a local experience, which is targeted for a per connection basis troubleshooting. there are different options you can give the agent or arguments to the commands to delve into different aspects of the connections. You can list them, you can get connection details, you can check for the connection health, you can run an advanced troubleshooting workflow, which is basically based on flight path, which if you haven't heard of flight path is a really amazing tool that will go through using knowledge that the Aviatrix platform has about your underlying cloud environment and check all of the ACLs and routes between your site to cloud endpoint and the remote VPN gateway on the other side of the connection. And then it will tell you if the problem exists in the IPsec connection itself, which is basically overlay on top, or if it's being blocked by a bad route or a bad ACL somewhere in the underlay. So all of that information can be had through talking to the agent using natural human language, which again, like Brian was saying, is really helpful for engineers that don't have a lot of experience either troubleshooting specifically site to cloud with Aviatrix or VPN connections in general. It gives them some really nice guardrails to kind of go through, ask logical questions, and get basically intelligent answers out so they don't have to sift through logs, look at different health alarms and try to figure out, okay, what's wrong with this VPN connection, which, as you know, could be any dozen of things if you've ever troubleshot a VPN connection before. So like Brian said, our goal here is to really simplify and accelerate VPN troubleshooting so that we return time, valuable time, to the network engineers that should be spending their time growing the business. Okay, so in terms of next steps, if you want a free trial and you like some free credits from Security Copilot to give this agent a try, there's a couple of ways to schedule that. You can basically just go to our website, aviatrix.com/schedule-demo, go there and put in a request. You can email our sales team at sales@aviatrix.com. Or honestly, you can just get a hold of myself, B. Woodworth at aviatrix.com, or Allison A. Wong at aviatrix.com, and we would be happy to assist you. Also, Aviatrix has just developed a security assessment tool that is a read-only capability that will actually scan your cloud platform and look for security breaches in your network environment. It could be traffic going to the internet that's unprotected. It could be communication between east-west endpoints in your cloud that shouldn't happen, and will give you basically a security score. This is really, really useful for understanding just how secure your cloud environment is. It's basically an auditing tool. So if you want to try that free security assessment, just take a screenshot of that QR code or grab it with your phone, and you can schedule an assessment with us. We'll give you the tool, and you're off to the races there. So thanks for that. Brian, do you want to close out?
Sure, yeah. So again, just to recap a little bit here, we're really excited about this integration. It's one of many integrations we've done with Microsoft and Azure specifically, trying to target how we can provide innovation into common tactical problems that we see enterprise customers face. In this particular instance, obviously, we're focused on remote connectivity as it relates to IPsec VPN, whether that's for customer connections, on-prem connections, multi-cloud connections. But leveraging the power of AI and LLMs in practical ways to reduce toil, and as Woody mentioned, give time back to the enterprise architects who spend countless hours troubleshooting these often brittle connections, but more importantly, eliminate the business risks that come with downtime associated with them. Really thankful for your time today. Please stay tuned for our next webinars, and have a great week.